Hello, a very good evening to everyone. Can I kindly know whether I'm audible to you? Okay, great. So we are about to start the session. Um, like as we are going to start today's webinar session, I would first like to warmly welcome all our participants, our distinguished speaker, professionals, academic students joining us from across Sri Lanka and around the world. On behalf of the Faculty of Postgraduate Studies and Research of Sri Lanka Technology Campus, it is my pleasure to warmly welcome you to today's webinar titled Will AI Replace Your Business or Transform It? In this webinar, we will explore how AI is changing industries, creating opportunities, and reshaping the future of business. It is now my privilege to introduce our resource person for today's session, Dr. Chameera De Silva. Dr. Chameera De Silva is an accomplished academic and industry professional with over 6 years of experience in artificial intelligence, software engineering, and fintech. He currently serves as a lecturer and the head of Department of Data Science in the Faculty of Computing and IT at SLTC, where he is leading academic, research, and industry engagement initiatives in the field of data science and AI. Dr. Chameera holds a Bachelor of Science, First Class Honours degree in Computer Science from the University of Colombo School of Computing and a PhD in Artificial Intelligence from the University of Melbourne. Dr. De Silva is an Associate Chartered Management Accountant and a member of the Chartered Institute of Management Accountants. His professional career spans leading technology organizations, financial institutions, and consulting engagements across Sri Lanka, Australia, and the United Kingdom. Throughout his career, he has contributed to the design and implementation of AI-driven solutions, enterprise software platforms, and digital transformation initiatives within organizations, including leading banks, fintech companies, and technology firms. He is currently serving as an AI consultant at Atos, a European multinational information technology service and consulting company, where he supports the development and adoption of advanced AI technologies for enterprise applications. His primary research interests include artificial intelligence and machine learning, biomedical engineering, AI in healthcare, financial technology, explainable and human-centered AI, data science and predictive analytics, and intelligent decision support systems. Dr. De Silva actively collaborates with academia and industry to bridge the gap between cutting-edge research and real-world applications, with the focus on developing responsible, explainable, and impactful AI solutions. Dr. Chameera, thank you very much for taking your time to be with us today and for sharing your expertise on today's topic. I would like to hereby hand over the session to you to conduct your presentation. Over to you, sir.
Okay, so thank you very much, Iranti. And first of all, I would like to pass my sincere gratitude towards the Faculty of Postgraduate Studies, who is the Dean, Dr. Lakshita Pahalagadara, who is chosen for me for the Start with webinar series. And this will be going to be a very interactive and then interesting event because most of these days, a lot of people are trying to talk about AI and stuff. So, but we are not today going to deep dive into the technical stuff, but what we are trying to do is like how we can implement these AI solutions in business. And are we going to replace by AI? So I'm going to answer all these questions from you. And I respectfully invite you everyone to use the chat box to pass all the messages which you have. At the end of the session, we will be giving you, 5 to 10 minutes time to, answer all these questions along with my team. So without further ado, let's begin with this today's session. Uh, Let me share my screen. All right, so I think you guys can see my screen. Can someone confirm whether it's visible? Okay, perfect. So, yeah. So, first of all, good evening. One more time, good evening, everyone. So, thank you for joining today's session on the one of the most discussed topic in the business today. So, that is artificial intelligence. So, every day we hear headlines claiming all will replace their jobs and disrupt all these industries and then fundamentally change how the organization are operating. And also, the real question is whether the AI exists or whether it's powerful. And then the real question is whether businesses will use AI as a threat or as an opportunity. So today we will be exploring how this AI transformation organizations, what this means for leaders, and also how you can prepare your business for the future. So because that is more important when it comes to transforming your business from traditional methods to AI solutions. Right. So just before we begin with, I would like to everyone to think about this question, right? So if AI could perform 80% of your job tomorrow, what would you do? So this is kind of a question which I'm going to shoot you today, right? So I would like to have responses, at least few responses via the chat. So chat box is open. So would you actually be worried about these things, right? And also, like, would you learn new skills? That is the question you need to ask from yourself. Would you focus on strategy and innovations? And then take a moment and think about your answer, right? So this question definitely help us to understand how this AI forcing us to rethink and then the value we bring as a professionals. So that is pretty much important, right? So I have mentioned here, like, a couple of years. That is, one is 1995. I know some of you guys are here also born in 1995. And then, like, I have mentioned here 2010, 2020, and 2006. Why I did mention all about things, right? Because we need to know. Let's go one by one first. Right. So the first year is it's 1995. So what has actually happened here in 1995? Because as you may aware, a lot of people got feared about the internet, right? Without internet, now we cannot use anything, and it has become our most of everyone's tool nowadays, right? So people actually got feared about this internet when it's like 1995. So then when it comes to 2010, right? 2010, many organizations are feared about this social media. Social media. Once you wake up early in the morning, the first thing you are doing is you go to your Facebook and go to your Instagram and search through what are the new updates and all, right? So, but in 2010, actually people got fear about it, and especially the organizations. And the next one is like in 2020, what was the digital transformation increase dramatically, right? So in 2020, as you were aware, so in 21 we have faced the global crisis like Corona. So we had to, stay inside our houses and do all the jobs, and we can't go out. So digital transactions like happen a lot, right? So in 2010, uh, digital transformation, right? So all of these throughout these years, right? And then now we are in the 2026, 2026. So now here AI is creating similar wave of uncertainty, right? Starting from 2001, 1995, people got, scared for internet, and then it got over, and then social media, and then digital transformation. Now, when it come to 2026, a lot of people are scared about AI, and especially the business are not willing to adapt only often to this biggest advantage. So that will be a huge problem to the industry, right? And now let's talk about the reality. So, one important thing that we need to know all of these from history is technology really replace all these businesses, right? And also, next thing is like technology transform businesses uh, for a new avenues. And also company refuse to adapt often disappears. Even people also live in this world also, they are not trying to, transform themselves. That is a problem. And also the companies embarrass changing, evolving, creating a lot of new opportunities. That is also a big problem. So AI is not destroying industry, I would say. It is reshaping how industry is going to operate. So that is called transformation, right? So we need to cater for that. So then there will be a kind of a activity which I want to talk. Uh, are you guys aware, right? Type one business that you think AI will completely replace. I will open the chat, right? Let's make this more interactive. Type at least one business or else profession that you believe AI will completely replace. Don't overthink. What I want to do is that just enter the first profession that comes to your mind, right?
Excuse me, Dr. Chameera.
Yeah.
So while the audience is engaging in the question, could you kindly try whether to shift to the presentation mode? Uh,
Yeah, sure.
that would be better. Great. Thank you very much.
Yes, perfect. Okay. There are like, a lot of, you know, uh, answers coming from your end. That's really good. Software engineering, accounting, digital marketing, data entry. Perfect. Right. So let's talk, one by one, right? So the first thing is we need to know is like, bank tellers. Let's discuss about, bank tellers. What will happen to them, right? Uh, do you think like after this, banks has been introduced all these bank teller machines to the banking sector? Will it lose these bank tellers their jobs? It's not actually, right? What it happened was like banks started opening, new branches, right? And also the teachers, right? So teachers start, having these AI tools and using and for teaching activities, teaching and learning activities. So we can create much more engaging events and so on, right? And then the next thing is next one is accountants. Accountants, when it comes to not the accountant, bookkeepers, actually what they are doing is keeping the books. But we can automate all these platforms using AI, right? So this was happen, right? And also the doctors. A lot of people think, even I saw a post in, I think that was happened in China. Now people can go to the hospital without seeing the doctor. You can just input the, your symptoms and all. Then you can just generate the prescription and you can present it to the pharmacy, and then you can get the, prescribed medicine from the AI doctor, right? But still, we need to go after, specialist. and especially the customer service. As you may know, aware, everyone is nowadays using, most of us using Apple devices, right? They do not have a customer service agents in their business organizations, but they have these like AI agent, right? So that's actually something to think now, right? And then the next thing is what AI doesn't replace in the businesses. So the first thing is AI will replace repetitive tasks, right? And then the AI will, have stop all these manual processes and also low valued work. But definitely AI will enhance the human creativity and then human strategies and then human relationships, which is pretty much important nowadays. And especially also decision making. So what we can do is we can actually have a support from AI to make our own decisions because uh, before when we go to a doctor, we have to see the doctor first, and then what you have to do is then the doctor will prescribe some reports. Then what you have to do is again after getting all of these reports you have to go to the doctor to see the doctor again, and then you have to get the prescribed medicine. But this problem is now sorted because you don't need to do it again and again. What you can do is once doctor prescribe the relevant test, you can go and meet the testing center. Then testing center will pass all of these reports to the doctor. Then doctor will prescribe all of these uh, prescribed medicine via online platform. What you have to do is you can just present it to the pharmacy and then get the prescribed medicine. So it makes decision making very easy, right? Even doctors can now double check. They can check from their by their own and the same time using AI tools. And also, like, we can have more creative stuff. Imagine you're designing your own marketing strategy for your business, right? So AI will support you with all of these things. What will happen is here, definitely this will get, more efficient, right? Perfect. Okay. So what you can see by this image, what is this? What is this? Does anyone know what is this image? Sorry. Yes. Any idea? Yes. Yes. It's just a ATM card machine, right? So let's talk about the story behind this, right? Like I mentioned previously. So when the ATMs were introduced, many people predicted the bank tellers would disappear, right? The opposite was actually happened, right? Because banks became more efficient, right? And then more branches have been open and employed most of the employees, those who have worked in the front line, they shifted to advisory and the relationship management role. Now you can, once you go to the bank, you see that people come to you and present some leaflets and talking to you and introducing new digital products and all, right? And also, like, past few months, like a lot of Sri Lankan banks, they have do a lot of digital transformation, right? So technology removed this all this routine work and increased the value of human interaction. And then AI is following similar pattern today, right? So that will be creating a lot of opportunities for us, to improve our day-to-day life as well as our work, right? Do you have any questions for me so far? Do you have any questions for me so far? Right. So I have shared few companies here, right? The business organizations like banks and educations, and then healthcare, and also not only that, manufacturing, right? So, so these are like almost all already like transform uh, their businesses, right? So the first company that I would like to talk about is like the Amazon. So where Amazon using AI? Can you guys think about it? Amazon use when you search something on Amazon, right? It will definitely appears in your Facebook accounts. You have experienced this, I know. And also, like especially when you go to the YouTube, also you will get suggested amazing uh, ads, right? So that is just because of this, all of these recommendations. It's using a AI recommendation engine. And the next one is the Netflix. You know, everybody likes Netflix and chill, right? So Netflix use for AI to personalize their content. When you search from your personal account, it will get always suggested when the new type of new genres, movies and TV series and so and so on. And also, like the most important thing that Sri Lanka has newly introduced PayPal to this Sri Lankan financial sector. So now in here, PayPal they are using to detect the frauds, right? And the other one is in healthcare. So Analyze.ai is one of the top companies for healthcare domain. So it's a American, USA based company. Even I worked there for like, two years. So for the Analyze.ai, actually they are like creating AI assistants to make clinical decisions and diagnose all these medical conditions. So AI is already generating business value across multiple industries. It is not only in commerce, it's not only in the music industry, it's not only in the finance, it's also like applying in education to healthcare. So that is like, a pretty much important thing that nowadays we are experiencing. Right. So this is the most important thing that I want to talk today. So this is something actually that I have come up. So that is the four-level AI business maturity model, right? So let me share my chat screen. So in here, I'm going to talk about four levels. So the level one, level two, level three, and level pro. So what exactly this level one, level two, and level four if you are going ahead with AI transformation? So level one is we are using AI for automation. So in your business, what you have to do is you need to identify what are the tasks that you can automate, right? So the next one is the second one is the optimization part. So where you can optimize, which means where you can improve the efficiency and decision making, right? And level three, that is the most important thing, that is intelligent intelligence, right? Intelligence. Using AI to support strategic insight. And finally, in the level four, we can have the innovations, right? Okay, let me come up with a practical example where you can easily understand this, right? So let's talk about Amazon, one of the largest companies in the world, right? So Amazon is using automation, right, for their warehouse operations and the ordering process. So that is comes under level one. So what they're actually doing is they are using this automation, right, for their warehouse operation, right? And then when you go to the level two, when you go to the level two, let's talk about one of the largest uh, supermarket chain in US, that is Walmart. What they are doing here is They are using AI for inventory and demand forecasting. So Walmart is using AI for demand forecasting. Even in Sri Lanka, companies like John Keells, they do have a data science company called John Keells Octave. So they are predicting the forecasting the demand for their supermarket chain, that is Keells supermarket chain. And then let's talk about how we can use this intelligence for businesses. So that is level 3. In level 3, what we are doing is like, have you guys heard about a company called Mayo? Sorry, it's Mayo Clinic. So Mayo Clinic is using AI assisted for clinical decision support, right? So in the level 3, which means the intelligence is using by this Mayo Clinic for AI assisted clinical decision support systems, right? And then finally, that is none other than I'm going to talk about OpenAI, right? Most of you guys are aware these days, OpenAI, that is ChatGPT, right? And then they are using this AI, generative AI products and entirely AI-driven business ecosystem. So they have this newly AI-driven business ecosystem, right? So what we actually discuss here is during the level 1, we are actually basically automate the task of the business, and the level 2 we optimize it, and the level 3 we are using AI for decision making, and then finally in the level 4 we are creating AI powered products or new business models, right? So this 4 layers is pretty much critical before you making a new business model using AI, right? So if you want to do a transformation, layer it like this: level 1, level 2, level 3, and level 4. Then do the transformation, right? So actually, we discussed pretty much such important things, right? So let's have a 2-3 minutes break, and then I'll hand over the presentation now to the Irandi. Irandi, over to you.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Chameera. So we now invite you to enjoy a brief video about SLTC and gain a few more deeper insight into our institution and the dynamic academic environment that we provide. Please
Welcome
enjoy.
to SLTC. Located in Trace City, Colombo, for postgraduate students. And Paducah for all other undergraduate programs. SLTC, where dreams become reality. Nestled on a serene 35-acre campus, our university offers a peaceful haven for over 2,500 students to thrive academically and grow as complete all-round individuals in all aspects of life as responsible citizens. Our campus is not just a place to study, but a place to live. We have a tight-knit student community with a hostel capacity that boasts 800 dorm rooms. across the campus. Our 2 canteens, which are open all through the day. All coming together to provide students a vibrant, supportive community. We groom our graduates to make a positive impact on society, and we're proud to be ranked second among non-state universities in Sri Lanka and 14th overall. With a remarkable 15:1 student to lecturer ratio, personalized attention is at the core of our teaching philosophy. Our majority PhD qualified lecturers bring real-world experience into the classroom, ensuring students learn not just from books, but from the wisdom.
All right, thank you very much. And I hope you enjoyed that brief video about SLTC. Before we proceed for the next session, I would like to draw your attention to a couple of things. Firstly, we will share a feedback poll in the chat box. So we kindly request all participants to complete it as it is required for the issuance of the e-certificate that we issue in recognition of your participation of today's session. So once it is being shared, please take a few moments to complete it. So while you're doing so, I would like to take this opportunity to briefly introduce the organizers of today's webinar. On behalf of SLTC, today's session has been organized by the Faculty of Postgraduate Studies and Research, or FPSR as we call it. FPSR is the branch of SLTC. Sorry for that interruption. I will carry on from there. FPSR is a branch of SLTC that is dedicated to advancing the postgraduate education and fostering a strong research culture within SLTC. It is committed to delivering industry-oriented and technology-driven programs that equip graduates with the knowledge and skills required to succeed in a rapidly evolving global environment. The faculty currently offers 2 postgraduate degree programs, the Master of Business Administration and the Master of Science in Electronics and Communication Engineering. I'm pleased to inform you all that the applications for the August 2026 intake for the MBA and the MSc programs are now open. Therefore, if you're interested, we warmly invite you to explore these opportunities by connecting with us. You can connect with FPSR, and we will also share a WhatsApp group invitation link in the chat as we proceed with the session. So you can add to that group. So you will be in touch with further webinars and the MBA and MSc programs as well. So now, without further delay, I would like to invite Dr. Chameera De Silva to continue with the next segment of today's webinar. Over to you, Doctor.
Thank you very much, Irandi. And then let's begin with the second part, right? So we are going to start ahead with a small case study activity, right? So as you can see, there is an image. So what is this? What is this picture? So you can use your chat. I'm expecting at least, 10 to 20 replies. Okay, this is a hotel, right? This is a hotel. So imagine, right? You own this hotel. Imagine you own this hotel, and where are you going to use AI? Imagine you own this hotel, and where would you use AI in this hotel? Any idea? Which kind of task? Yes, very good. I'm getting a couple of yes, online automate reservations and then servicing and especially marketing activities, and also not only that, demand forecasting, and then to give the best guest experience, right? So likewise, in many things, what you can do is you can use AI, right? So that's how we need to think, right? Because before you start implementing AI, you need to know where actually you need to start from, right? And then this is the most important slide that I wanted to discuss, right? That is, let's compare the human versus artificial intelligence and AI. So I have given couple of tasks: creativity, empathy, speed, and then the pattern recognition and ethics. So I'm going to categorize, and then I'm going to rank which one is the best when it comes to uh, each and every task. So let's consider about the creativity, right? So when you consider about the creativity, human have got more creative mindsets, but AI, it's like more likely, medium case. And then empathy, of course, we know uh, as humans, we do have, a lot of empathy, but when it comes to AI, it's very low. And also like human, as you may have aware, AI is a lot more faster than humans, and humans, if I mean like speed is very low. And pattern recognition, it can be vary, but I would recognize it as medium. And then AI, it's like promptly they are going to respond. And especially the ethics, we got as humans we got a lot of high ethics, and then very low ethics when it come to AI. So why I want to compare these two? Because human and the AI will be the best combination. The future is not human versus AI. Don't, misunderstand that sentence. It is always about human plus AI is will be the future. Because the winning organizations, they never will replace humans. What they always do is they will empower the humans using this artificial intelligence. And then the goal is to augmentation, not to replace. So, as a business organization, what we need to always do is we need to lift up our human skill set, and we, the same time, we have to implement and automate some tasks using AI, and that will be the best combination for the business. So, not reiterating, it is not about human versus AI. It's always human plus AI, right? Okay, so the next thing, the future workforce, how does it looks like, right? Definitely, when it comes to the future workforce, employees definitely need this skill set. The first thing is AI literacy. So AI literacy means you need to get engaged with all of the generative AI tools, and you need to have lift up your skill set before you get into a job, right? And then the next thing is most crucial, that critical thinking ability, right? So even in a lot of countries, they are like in countries, the employees need this critical thinking ability. Imagine you're going on like you're planning to get your driving license, right? And when you go to the your service provider, and then they will start teaching you how to practice this driving. They always teach you to drive to front, but they won't teach you don't drive to backward. But you have to think about it always, right? Before you, when you think the forward, and always think about the back as well. And also the next thing is the creativity. Always need to have this creative mindset, problem solving ability. And then not only that, in 2026, I would say the most important another skill is communication, right? The workforce of tomorrow will need to understand how to work effectively alongside these intelligent systems. So that is something mandatory, right? I know most of the people are here using generative artificial intelligence for their day-to-day life activities, even when you're drafting an email to your boss or else colleague, even if you want to, have a like a memo for your meetings, and if you want to summarize a document, right? You always talk to AI, right? So how we going to talk to AI is we need to know, right? How we are going to uh, ask the questions from this AI. So for that, we need to know specifically this prompt engineering, right? So I'm going to teach you how to write an effective prompt for your use cases, right? So that will be pretty much important for you to understand these things. So the first of all, I would like to give you, 2-3 minutes, right? Can you guys write a prompt for create a social media campaign for a coffee shop? I'll give you 2 minutes. Let's see who is going to write the proper prompt, right? And then I will introduce my techniques and my methods, how we can write an effective prompt, right? The question is, I'm reiterating, you have to write a prompt for create a social media campaign for a coffee shop. Now it is your chance. You can write the prompt and send it to the chat box. I'm just asking the prompt, okay? How you going to talk with the AI? I got one. Anyone else? Anyone else? Anyone else? Just only one prompt? Yes. 2 responses as of now. I think yes. Okay, 3. So I'm going to introduce you a method where you can keep this with you before you write something, right? Write a prompt. So this is a technique which I'm also using. Right. Okay, all right. So what I'm going to do here today is just going to introduce you a new method. So that method, I would say, all of us are familiar with butter, right? Or else we call it rice. So I'm going to introduce a method called RICECO. 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 So Sri Lankan, so we are familiar with rice. So I'm going to introduce prompt engineering technique called RICECO. So what is this R? So R is for reach. R is for reach, right? And what is this I? I is for interact, right? And C is not for Chameera, it's for convert. And then E for engage, and C for again collaboration, or else collaborate. And then finally, O is for optimize, right? So I'll quickly run according to our example, right? How we can, apply. So when you think about this R reach, so what we need to do with this is like this is a coffee shop. Okay, what we need to do is we need to increase the brand awareness, right? And then attract new customers to this coffee shop. So you need to get the reach, right? So you can, run Facebook ads and, so many things. It will get suggested by the prompt if you write according to this method, right? So when you write, always check whether these things are included in your prompt, right? And the next one is interact, right? what you have to do is always you have to start conversations with the potential customers, right? So that will create, more awareness to the AI that what you actually expecting from the AI, right? And then C is the convert, which means according to our example, what we can see is turn followers into paying all of these customers, right? Like kind of offers. Let's say if we can say buy one, get one free Tuesday, buy one, get one free Wednesday. I know that most of you are like getting messages from Pizza Hut every day saying that no cook Wednesday, right? So these are the tricks, right? And the next one is engagement. So engagement means you need to build the loyal or online community. So what you have to do is always build a loyal online community to create more engaged content, right? And then the next one is collaborate, which means we need to have some certain of more influencers and partners, right? And then the final O is for optimize, which is it will definitely improve the performance using the analytics. So when you are writing the next time a prompt to generative AI, always remember write according to this framework which I introduced for you, RISCO method, that will definitely help you. Because if you don't talk properly to the AI will mess up. So that will be creating huge mess in your business and the organization. Right. So that is the prompt challenging. And then, okay, right. This is the next thing that I want to really discuss today, right? A framework where actually where we can actually adopt AI for businesses, right? So this is more a practical framework which will create a lot of avenues that where you can identify a lot of potentials where we can include these things, and that definitely that will helpful for you to uh, run all of these problems, right? So this practical framework definitely leads you, and if you can keep with this you always that solve a lot of problems that you have, right? So let's quickly deep dive through this. You need to follow up this, then only you can get into this framework, right? So the first thing what I want to discuss is first thing is first, right? So what we have to do is first initially we have to identify business problems. That is the number one thing you need to do, right? And the next thing which you need to do is first you need to identify the business problems, and then the second one is identifying the suitable AI opportunities, right? First thing is identifying the business problem. The second thing is you need to find the suitable AI opportunities. Then what you have to do is you have to do a dry run, which means run a pilot project, right? Don't change at the beginning. What you need to do is, first of all, you need to run a pilot project, dry run. And then the fourth step, right? You have to measure all the outcomes. Measure all the outcomes, right? And finally, what you have to do is scale. What you can do is you can scale successful, all these successful initiatives. If it is only successful, what you can do is you can scale it up, right? So when you identify all these business problems, you can focus on actually what are the real business challenges, and you can focus about all the pain points with the measurable impacts, right? When you're identifying all these business problems, you can find out what are the real business challenges, and then same time you can prioritize all the business pain points, all the pain points, right? And the next one is select the AI opportunities. So how we can select the opportunities is, what you have to do is, to do AI, we need to evaluate the feasibility. We have to do a feasibility studies. And then you have to check whether the most crucial and important thing, that is the data. Check whether do you have this data. Without data, we can't do anything. And also the same time, you have to check about the ROI, that is investment, what you get return on investment, right? The next thing is the third point I mentioned about the pilot project. With the pilot project, we can start with the limited scope. Scope actually matters, right? So what you can decide what is the in scope, then what is the out scope that you are going to do within this project, and then you can start running this pilot system. And then you can run and test whether this is working properly. In many Sri Lankan software products, in government to private sectors, we have these issues because they have done completely the digital transformation, and we are now facing a lot of certain issues where we cannot fix the systems. That's a huge problem that we have. And then the fourth step is, we have to measure all of these, or we call it as track all these KPIs, right? So we have to track all these KPIs and then the business value, right? And then if it is like successful, what we can do is, we can implement, or successfully we can go for the innovation part, right? So that will be the framework that you need to use before your company, or else before your business going for a AI innovation, right? Perfect. So as you may aware, now we know a lot of things today. We discussed a lot of so many things. So now we know up to AI adoption framework. From where you going to get kickstart? So after all of these things, the first and most important thing you need to do in next 30 days is, you need to learn. Take a month, right? Take a month, right? I know here a lot of people are sometimes, most of the crowds today we have joined is like, married, and you have to go to the office. Sometimes here we do have, our students also. But what you have to do is, if you want to, do a change for yourself or else for your business, you need to learn about AI. So for that, can spare like, 30 days, right? And then next 90 days, which means like 3 months time period, you can do a pilot study. Within the 6 months of period, what you can do is measure the outcome, and then take 1 year to do the transformation. Please do follow all of the according to this. You will never lose anything, right? So first learn, then do the piloting, then measure it, and then transform, right? Okay. So here is a question for you. Will AI replace my business, right? Will AI will replace my business? So that is most important thing that you need to know. This is the wrong question that we are always having in our mind, right? So most of the organizations spend too much of worrying about whether AI will replace them. So a lot of people are worrying about it, right? because they think AI will replace them. Instead, they should focus how can improve the efficiency and innovation, and also not only that, customer experience. Those things are critics. Efficiency, innovation, and customer. AI is not going to replace you. But this is the actual question that you need to know. Will my competitors use AI before I do? Imagine when it comes to a business organization, you will get a lot of competitors, right? So if they are adapting fast and if they are trying to do AI transformations, if you are still struggling to do it, that will create a problem, right? So the biggest threat is often not AI itself. The biggest threat is competitors who use more AI effectively. So what you have to do is do it fast. If your competitors are, transforming their business using AI, you also have to, participate this competition and, run and win, right? Competitive advantage is increasingly depending on AI adoption and especially AI literacy. Your working colleague is also, adapting all of these AI tools. Definitely what you have to do is you have to, use these AI tools for your job role or the workplace or your business, right? Right. Finally, what I want to say from today's session is to all of you, AI will not replace humans, right? Humans who use AI effectively will create organizations that outperform those who do not. So don't think that AI will replace you. AI for augmentation, not for replacement, right? So future is belongs to those who learn and adapt and innovate. So always remember these three: learn, educate yourself, and you need to adapt to new technologies, and also finally use innovation that will save you from this artificial intelligence, right? And that is all from my session. And thank you very much for joining with me. And I will give you some time to answer your questions. If you do have any questions, it's your time. You can use the chat box and send all the questions, right? Right. I'm happy to ask any question that you are going to send me, like, if you have your industry challenges, or else like, how AI can create values in your organizations. I would like to happy to hear from you. So now it's your time.
Thank you very much, Dr. Chameera, for that insightful presentation. There's one question in the chat box. What are the best free of charge AI tools currently available?
It's actually a good question, but I really don't want to specifically mention that this tool is good for this. But if I would say for the day-to-day life and day-to-day work, it's like you can use Google Gemini, I would recommend, and also like, Microsoft Copilot, and then Claude. Those things are actually good for, day-to-day for general AI assistance. If your question is like for, coding or development purpose, or else like software engineers, it's like, have you heard about Cursor AI or else Google Colab? Those are good platforms. And for AI image generation, you can use Canva AI tools, and also not only that, you can use Microsoft Designer. So those are like very good tools for that. And for research and academic work, I would say Perplexity and Elsite, and also Connected Papers. Connected Papers is one of the new tool, and it helps you to visualize all the relationships between research papers and all. And for the presentation and content generation, you can use Notebook LLM and Gamma, and also Beautiful.ai. And for the video creation, there is a tool called Veed.io. That is a good tool, and CapCut AI. I hope I have answered your question. ChatGPT is also good, not bad. Yeah.
Yes, thank you very much, Doctor, for that clarification. So as the time permits, we will take one or two more questions. So there's one participant asking, as we see in recent days, that HR processes is being conducted via AI, such as the interview for hiring professionals and analyzing roles. So he's asking, what is your opinion regarding that?
It's good because previously we HR team especially they have to get all of these CVs and then they have to rank them manually and then they have to finalize the candidates, then continue with the initial HR interview, and then once those who have passed this HR interview they have to send for the technical interview, so and so on. So those tasks and the time actually reduce just because of AI, especially LinkedIn. So if we create a LinkedIn advertisement and then once the candidates submit their CVs, it's actually ranking. So that is really good, and we can easily do the process rather than spending a lot of time. So I would say it's good that we could use AI for these kind of things. Yeah.
Thank you, Doctor. So one final question. A participant is asking, these days for content creation, most of us use AI. However, it's easier to tell when something has been created using AI or generated using AI. So he would like to get some insights on how to avoid this repetitive styling and how to achieve more unique and creative results using these AI tools when it comes to content creation.
Yes, for the content creation, I would say that that's why I tell that AI has its own limitations, like the creativity, especially. So we need to, while we are designing this, I mean, like before we talk to the AI, I introduced this, the method, the RISCO method. So you can, use this method and, write accurate prompt because you need to talk to AI properly. Then only he can understand. A lot of people nowadays, they are not using, proper prompting techniques. That's why these problems comes in. And once you generate these images, you can input your uh, knowledge also, your skills also to do the regenerations. Even if you use this chat GPT or any other tools, you can do the reprompting and until you get what you expect, right? So it's all with human. That's why I tell human AI combination is the best for nowadays. We need the human intelligence as well.
Thank you very much, Doctor, for that clarification. And as per the time permits, we will now have to move on with the conclusion of today's session. But do not worry, we have shared a WhatsApp group invite in the chat, so you can connect with that group and communicate your ideas, forward your questions, and keep the engagement with us. So I will now move forward to the conclusion of today's session. So I would first like to thank Dr. Chameera for that insightful presentation and thought-provoking session. So we sincerely appreciate your time, commitment, and expertise you have shared with us today. As we come to the end of today's session, I would like to extend our sincere gratitude to all the participants who have engaged with us today. And as you can see now, we have shared the poll once again for you to submit your answers. If you haven't done that already, please engage with that. All right. So as you're completing the answers to your poll. So I would like to once again thank everybody who have joined with us for this webinar. Thank you for your engagement and being with us, engaging with our FPSR. And we would like to announce that we will be organizing similar sessions in the future as well. So we look forward to your participation. So thank you very much, everyone, and wish you a pleasant evening. Thank you.